Hi, Maddy Smith.
Hello, how are you, Michelle McKormick?
Good.
What's going on?
Welcome to, have you been to Michigan before?
I've been to Michigan a few times, and I've been to Grand Rapids a bunch of times, but this is my first time with you guys in studio.
I love that. Hi.
Hi.
Both of us are fans of Wild 'N Out.
Yep. Great show. Nick Cannon, Maddy with the fatty.
It's been
Kick him out the classroom.
It's been on for so long.
I know it has. When I was in high school, I was watching it.
That's what you said too, Trev, right? I feel you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Trev.
Yeah.
I forgot that. I usually don't put you in the.
You're good.
I'm sorry. I added Trev to the thing. Anyway, yeah, because we're fans of Wild 'N Out. That's cool. And you've been there for.
I got on Wild 'N Out pre-pandemic, so I guess it would be 5 years now. 5 years, maybe 7 seasons. Because, we do a couple seasons every year.
Right.
So it's been a chunk of time.
Fine. Good for you.
Yeah,
That's
thank you
fun,
so much.
man. Where are you from originally? I already know. But where?
Yeah. I live in New York City now. I'm from Buffalo, actually.
You are?
Yes. So that's why I like Michigan. Similar vibes.
The snow.
Similar
the
to
whole...
close to Canada, snow.
Yeah.
You a Bills fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Bills Mafia.
Yeah, Bills Mafia.
That's all I know. I just can say Bill Mafia.
Bills Mafia, Table Slam,
We had,
chicken wings.
we had a guy who used to do radio here who played in the Bills Super Bowl, but you were probably too young. Ray Bentley, which was way before.
Yeah. If
Your
he was
time,
playing in
probably.
the Super Bowl,
before your time.
that would just age him because we haven't been in the Super Bowl since the early 90s.
So first time you got on stage and said, "I this is cool. I can do this." When was it? What was that? When was that?
That was like 2016. Living in New York City, running around, center of the arts. I was like, I'm going to do stand up because if I do it, no one here is going to know. Because there's 9 million people.
Right.
So you can do anything. You can be anonymous. You can join a nudist community. Your family will never know. So I just started going to open mics, stand up, and I just didn't stop because it felt good.
Okay, wait. Your first open mics were in New York City?
Yes.
That's ballsy move.
I didn't even know
like
it was.
that.
I didn't even know it was ballsy.
Huge. Some people go, it was in Lima, Ohio, their first open night.
I had to be the big fish in the little
Small
pond. Yeah.
Not you.
I just threw myself in there. And it's tough because in New York City, you'll be surrounded by really good comedians early on.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you'll be on a show with Mark Normand or Joe List or Sam Morril, and you're like, what the hell? But you got to get your chops together. It is humiliating, but it also helps you get good really quickly.
I've been watching a couple different shows lately. I watched The Deuce on HBO, and then I watched one of the seasons of American Horror Story. They're both depictions of New York City in like the 70s and 80s. Is it still like the Wild Wild West in New York City?
It can feel like that sometimes. Yeah. Especially post-COVID.
Yeah.
When things just started reopening, a lot of empty storefronts and stuff. People were wilding. People were wilding in the city.
Wilding.
Now it's a little more, controlled. 70s, 80s though, I would love to go back then and see what it's like. I feel like I would have been a prostitute.
Probably.
Yeah.
I thought about, I was actually there before they cleaned up Times Square.
Yeah.
It was in the 90s still, and it was all XXX and everything. And I thought, God, I could maybe make some money here.
I felt like I could have made some money. Could have sold myself a little bit,
Why not?
Did some stuff in the back of a cab.
You have, here's what I love about you and your performance is first of all, now it explains it perfectly to me that you started in New York City with open mics, but the balls, the cojones you have when you get on stage, the confidence, you have no problem right away jumping in with who are you, what are you, and I got to tell you, a lot of people have to be scripted, written, and I know you do that too, but the crowd work with you is freaking, where does that come from?
Dude, I think it just comes from trusting myself. I moved a lot as a kid, which I think made me pretty quick-witted.
You had to make friends. You had to be the funny one.
Got to be the funny one.
See, I was chunky. I had to be the funny one because I was fat. Yeah, that's
exactly. You start roasting people in your head. You think I'm fat? Well, you're ugly.
Yeah.
So I think that's a lot where I got funny early on was from moving, trying to entertain my family. Parents were weird. Hey, if I put on a good show, maybe they'll laugh and pay attention to me.
Wow.
So it's like a mix of that and starting in New York City.
How many siblings?
I have one sibling, one older sister. She's 4 years older.
Does she do something like she's a doctor? I mean, I ask because...
She's a nurse, you know? So she went out, did her normal thing.
Tracks.
I'm a little, off the beaten path.
Same. And the youngest of 5, my oldest sister is like the most, responsible, can't, is like, what are you?
Exactly.
You dumbass? Yeah.
Dumbass. What are you doing on the radio?
So do you write constantly? Does everything you do, you go, or are you just kind of, how do you work?
I think I suck in stuff like a sponge.
Yeah.
Everything is hilarious to me. Someone getting mad on a plane that they're blah, blah, blah. Boom. Hilarious.
Yeah.
And so I just jot stuff down in my head. A lot of it comes out on stage when I'm riffing around. Some guy looked like a cop last night, and I did a whole riff on cops, blah, blah, blah. When cops come into your elementary school when you're in 4th grade. Wow, we love the cops.
Yeah, you got to be. Yeah, you actually liked cops.
Yeah,
then, right.
Then you're 25. F the police.
Yeah. Wow. So, I mean, that's pretty, gutsy, though, because that's the first thing you do. At least what I've seen in your performances, the first thing you do is talk to the audience.
Yeah, I'll say, hey, what's up?
Does anybody ever try and talk back like they think they're funnier than you, or how do you handle that?
I get that a lot. I get that a lot.
I bet you school them.
I school them.
Yeah.
I say how dumb they are, and a lot of times it's a belligerent dude.
Yeah.
A lot of the times I don't want to hate my own kind, but it's a white woman with some white wine, which will
white on white.
White on white.
Yeah. White with white on white.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hate that.
White on white wine, and it's bad. They'll woo when they're not even supposed to. You'll say, "Oh, I've been smoking more weed lately." Get them out. I would rather have a man telling me like hateful things than a white woman wooing at everything.
Being with you, being solid with you. No, you're not.
And I do like self-deprecating, and the white woman will be like, I just want to say.
Oh, to make sure that you're okay.
You're beautiful. Yeah, I know.
I get it. That's why I make jokes.
I know.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's gutsy. I mean, one of my favorite lines is when people that they don't know Wild and Out. This morning I watch you go, oh, you're racist. It's hilarious.
Hilarious.
And those you'll watch it and hate it. That's your.
Yes. Yeah. Wild and Out's funny because I'm the white woman surrounded by a bunch of tough black dudes.
How do you get on that? Do you audition? Do you sign up? What? Somebody calls you and says, well, how'd the audition go? Tell us about this.
I saw a post that said Wild and Out seeking rap battlers and roast battlers for their next season. I did a bunch of roast battles back in the day in New York City, maybe like 2017, 2018. And, like roast battles and comedy is harsher.
Oh.
That's where you and I would go each other and call each other hookers.
Right.
Twat. An hour.
Right. Everything else. Right.
Everything
right. I got it
sun.
all. And twat we won't play on the show, but we'll play it on here, right?
Exactly. And if you go against a dude, oh, your dad killed himself for a reason.
Right.
Harsh stuff.
Right.
So then I get on Wild and Out where they say that I don't season my food. And then I'm coming back with really harsh stuff about their erectile dysfunction.
Right.
So that's how I got on, was because I did that, and then I auditioned in real life and was like, hey, this is what I'm like. This is what I've done. This is what I'm going to do.
When you do a roast battle, do you have like material, like Isn't It Sad When Cousins Marry? I mean, do you have like jokes already written in your head that you can fire at them? Or do they come how does that happen? They just come to you like
it kind of just comes, yeah.
God, that's awesome.
You have like a little, just in case they say this, but sometimes you just never know what people are going to say.
You would kill in a cast on the air on a morning show. You would kill on the radio.
That'd be so fun. I'd love to do that. The Breakfast Club or something like that.
Hey, my God.
What we doing?
Right.
Yeah. Just got to be quick-witted.
Confident. I mean, do you ever get, I don't have afraid to ask, because I bet you would kick ass every time.
I feel like I would, yeah.
You're like, I am, I can.
I am and I can. Put me on a microphone, bing, bang, boom.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Because you came in here like kind of high, now you're like, bitch.
Right, I know.
I love it.
Immediately, once I see like the red recording, like
right.
Yeah. When it's off, what did you have for back?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have a partner? Do you have a significant other? How does that happen? Because you travel a lot.
I travel a lot.
Yep.
I do have a lover.
Okay.
And
I've taken a lover.
I have taken a lover to bed, and he is respectful. He would love to take me as his wife.
He wants to get married?
But we'll see. No, I don't know.
No.
It's tough when you're touring comic, because the future of marriage and kids is like
right.
I try to freeze my eggs. Who even knows where those are sitting right now?
Did you really freeze them?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, my eggs are in a random freezer in Midtown Manhattan.
Is that like you got to pay rent on that every month?
Yeah, you got to pay rent. I'm like, what the heck?
So you got your eggs taken out.
Yeah.
And that's how they do it, right? And then they put them in a freezer. And then, but they aren't, Are they embryos or eggs? Like, did he
Eggs.
put his crap in with it too? No,
because
just
I don't know if
yours.
his ass is going to be around.
We don't know.
That's fine. If he wants to go in and inseminate later on, you can.
Okay.
But I don't need no embryo from some dude I barely know.
Right. So how many eggs do you have? Can I ask? Is this personal? I don't know how to ask.
15 hanging out in Midtown Manhattan.
That's more than a dozen eggs.
Exactly.
That's more than a dozen.
It's more than a baker's dozen. So you go
15.
in, you shoot yourself up with hormones, you make all your follicles grow at once, you get a bunch of eggs in there and they suck them out. They put you under. It's
Really?
humiliating. It should be free.
It should be free. They should pay you to hold on to your lovely eggs.
Agreed. Because there's no everything is delayed. Women are having kids, buying houses later on.
Yeah.
They should allow us to freeze our eggs for free.
That should be a given.
Agreed.
That's like we'll pay your first and last month's egg, something like that. Right.
Yeah.
I bet your eggs are stunning. I feel like you've got what made you do that? Because you never know, or
You never know, and
because you're young.
I'm touring so much.
I mean, I sound like an old hag. Yeah. I know, Missy, but
I am early 30s though, so
all right.
you got to freaking get it together. They're talking about age 35. They're using that
Right.
word geriatric. Go screw.
Tick.
Go screw. So I feel like if I'm just staring down the barrel of a long time of touring, maybe figure it out. Because I don't even know if I want kids. But I know I don't want to be like 42 and being like, damn, I wish I took care
But you
of that.
want the option, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You want the option to say no.
Yeah.
Right. What does he do?
I date an entertainer as well.
Okay, I was just going to say, does he? So
Yeah.
he understands, because
He
that sometimes
understands.
could be a thing.
I know. I've had boyfriends who are like, wait, they think comedy's so cool at the beginning. 2 weeks in, wait, you're going out again tonight? Yeah, because I'm a performer. Like you said, it was so cool.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
Sometimes, for all the reasons they fall in love with you, those are the same reasons they hate you for later.
I know. I've seen it.
It is because they like, she's so cool on stage. Look at her, she's awesome. And then
know.
you got to go on stage again. What about me? I need you.
know.
I need you. I love you. I love you.
It's so funny. I had a guy, we first started dating. I love how much you work. Then when we're breaking up, all you do is go, go, go.
Yeah,
what the heck?
Right.
I can't keep it straight.
Wow. Now, where's your family? Are
They're in upstate New York.
still in Buffalo?
Yeah, Buffalo, Rochester region.
Okay. So is Buffalo near Rochester? I
Yeah.
sound like a clown.
Yeah, it's like an hour away.
Okay, because
They're
my
kinda like
friend
twin
has
cities a
done
little
radio
bit.
in Rochester for 100 years.
Really?
Brother Weeze, his name is. He's been
Interesting.
there for a long time. You're like, interesting, never heard of him.
Yeah, but
Thank
I'll have
you.
to go pop by his show.
He's super cool
time I'm there.
dude.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just been doing it forever
Cool.
in Rochester. Rochester's great, but it's a very cool market. Both of them are very cool. It's just cold. It's like us, where you get pummeled with snow.
Super cold. Lake effect.
Yeah. So are you contracted with Wild 'N Out, or can you do other things?
I can do other things.
So you can.
Yes.
Like, is there something else you have like that you want to audition for, or that you have auditioned for, or that because this audition thing, I don't know. I'm mesmerized by it.
It's mesmerizing. It's a crapshoot. It's you never know.
That you'd walk
Especially
in.
as a comedian, you can just be floating out there until someone
Yeah.
texts you, hey, I'm making a movie. And you're like, I'm in.
Yeah.
I would love to be in. I auditioned for Tires with Shane Gillis. His
You
show on
did?
Netflix. Yeah. I don't know if I got it, but something like that would be great.
Oh, that's cool.
Something like that would be fun. A little cast of characters kind of show.
Because this is now me. Here comes the motherly old lady thing. You have your own thing. You're different than a lot of people. You're unique. How does that sound? You're a special kid.
I think I agree.
You got moxie, see?
Oh, you got something there. Send him to Tinseltown. See what happens.
Yeah, see? I love you. Schoolboy crush. Not just a schoolboy crush. Real love, I tell you.
Please. I think we sound like something going on.
But no, you have like this whole vibe about you. And I hate saying I said vibe. Put it out in the universe.
All good.
Manifest. I hate those two.
Exactly.
But you have this whole thing where it's a little less contrived. Does that make sense?
Cute. Yeah, I try to just be like, go up there and be me. Do my thing.
What you do is what you do. And
Thank you.
Yeah, that's hard to be. It's hard to do.
It's
and
hard.
it's hard to pull off without like being scripted. Yeah.
It's hard. And then props to people who go up there and are contrived and they can control their thing in a little more. Because sometimes I'm like, damn, I wish I had more, a better grasp on what I'm doing up there. Because every time I go up, it could be crap, could be great.
But people are right, bombing. How do you, it's got to be the worst when you bomb. And I read that you really, but like, does it bother you for the next day or two, or kick myself, or you just like,
I think it's more like that night you're like going to full, like, this will never happen again.
Right.
Stay up on your iPad, typing out every joke you ever had, word for word.
how you'll
the
never.
next day you make it your mission to have the best set you ever had in your life.
I blame
So
it
there's
on.
something good about a bomb because the next day you murder like beyond anything you've ever done in your life.
I blame a crappy audience, though.
Me too.
It's not your
always.
fault. It
It's
was the
always their
audience.
fault.
To this day, what's your best moment? Like you go, okay, this is when you got the Wild and Out call, or what?
Yeah.
What's your best moment?
I had a
you
couple
think?
good Wild and Out moments. One was like when Kevin Hart came as a guest and I murdered in front of him.
Is he kind? I want him to be kind in public.
He was cool.
Was he good?
He was cool. He was dancing around. He was as funny as he is in those Chase credit card commercials or whatever he's doing.
Whatever
now, 'cause
endorsement
he's making so much
right.
money.
The guy got so much.
Making so much money. And then Kevin Hart, I did an episode with him and slayed the stage again. I think those were cool. 'Cause
Wow.
You always want to do good in front of actual comedy people.
That's amazing.
And you always want to show up for yourself. It's cool when you crush on a show you've been on for a long time in front of famous
People,
comedy people. You're like, all right,
they're gonna come and right.
If I kind of slipped up, I would be like, God.
And I met when I was working in Detroit. I met Nick Cannon.
Oh, he's
he
cool.
was very cool.
He's so cool.
He came right in. It was his. I want to say, was it his Mariah years? Because it was a long time ago. It was like 05.
Yep, that
he
would
came
make
in
sense.
and he was the nicest, the coolest,
So
and I
nice.
think that's the other thing. He's generous. Like he's like,
Yes.
this is my show, but because
He always is calling me, hey, I got a new idea for a show. You'd be roasting people on the red carpet. Let's talk. I'm like, Nick, what the hell? That's so nice.
because he's on
Always
the
thinking
West
about
Coast
people.
most of the time,
Yeah,
isn't he?
LA, yeah.
Yeah. Because
And I'm on
now,
the East Coast, yeah.
yeah, because his radio show. I watch his radio show all the time too. I
Cannon.
love him.
Daily Cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's nice.
God, he does thing
He's
after
cool.
thing. Good.
Thing after
That's
thing,
kind of
yeah.
cool.
And then, stand up, there's always big moments. I think.
Yeah.
I think selling out rooms on the road in random cities.
Like Grand Rapids, Michigan. I know it.
I went to Winnipeg last week. Had great 5 shows. You're like, damn, this is cool.
All right.
That's what's cool to me is like people in random places
doing random.
coming out, buying tickets.
Just because they heard you or want to try or want to see.
Exactly.
Yeah. Maddie Smith is in town all weekend. And Maddie, if they want to get a hold of you in other places, where can we find you?
Exactly. My website, maddysmithcomedy.com. I'm always on the road.
Yeah.
And guess what? If you're in freaking Grand Rapids, Michigan, I'm in Detroit next week.
Oh,
So if you're
sweet.
regional, come out there.
Right.
I'm always towing that little northern
Perfect.
line.
Perfect.
And then my social media, all of it is So Maddie Smith. And I have an awesome podcast. It's called Madhouse, where things get crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
We'll put all that here. By the way, we'll put all your
Sounds
links
good.
here, below here, above here, however we do it.
Perfect.
And then thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. I had a great time.
Oh my
Come out to
God.
freaking Dr. Grins. The doctor is in.
Tonight.
4 more shows, and you're going to be grinning ear
Damn
to
it.
ear.
There it is.
And I think Saturday is a Halloween little weekend at the Bob.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we'll see what
Halloween.
I'm wearing. I kind of want to go on stage in a massive inflatable costume and just
I love it.
knock down beers.
Do you do? I don't fancy you as a Halloween dresser upper. Are you not a Halloween dresser?
I do. Like last year, I did. A couple years ago, I dressed as an IUD, which I thought was hilarious.
You did?
2 years ago, I was a chicken wing.
I like it.
So I like to do random stuff, but if I'm on the road, we'll see. I might just do cat ears.
God, the cat ear, that's
ears.
easy cop out. It's an easy cop out.
Easy.
These guys that were lived in college, they all went in a white like unitard, and they were the fallopian swim team, which I
my
thought was
God,
really cool.
that is
Just a
hilarious
bunch
and
of
cute.
sperm.
I
Yeah,
love
I
that.
like that one too.
I love that.
So IUD, they could have
Yeah.
like swam into you and all broke up.
Oh my, yeah, kick their asses because you know how IUD goes. You know how it goes.
All right, thanks, Maddie. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming in today.
Thank you guys.
Maddie Smith. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Thanks.